morning, everyone. Hi, Charlene. Hi, you all. And hi, Chris. Good to see you again.
It is so good to see you, Karl. Thank you for having me.
Hey, it's always a pleasure. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Crit, the community run Infinite Tabletop. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is our annual online 100% free to play virtual RPG convention that features indie rules systems and is open and welcoming to everybody. We try to, as our stated mission, to eliminate barriers to access to the role playing game hobby and the fun that is part of it.
Nice. So we'll probably go over it again at the end, but how about we start by telling people how they can sign up for Crit, and then we can go into why they should sign up for Crit.
Yes, absolutely. All right, fantastic. Well, if you are somebody who is a veteran RPG gamer, or maybe you are someone who has never played any role-playing game and wants to see what all the fuss is about, we don't care because we want you to join us. We make this event something that anybody can get a lot out of. And our wonderful all-volunteer roster of game masters goes to great lengths to make that happen. How you sign up for Crit is, for starters, go to gameatcrit.com.
Yep.
Gameatcrit.com is our website. It has got a link to our Discord server, the ICRPG community server, the fan run server for the uh, is our home, our independent fan community home for Crit on Discord. And there's a link to that in the upper left of that landing page. Additionally, live tomorrow, sorry, beg your pardon, live
Monday.
Monday, I forgot what day it is, on Monday the 20th, live in the wee hours of US time on Monday the 20th, uh, we will have a link to our actual event registration page on Tabletop Events. We are still in a flurry. We meaning mostly me, but with my the rest of my organizing committee are working very hard behind the scenes to get as many games as possible up and online for Monday morning's launch. And that link will also be available to you through our landing page at gameatcrit.com. The other great thing that you can do to stay engaged besides visiting that website and this weekend and visiting it again on Monday morning to get that link will be to sign up on our email list. Our email list is if you send a message that simply says subscribe in the subject line to gameatcrit@gmail.com. You get added to that list, and that guarantees that right to your inbox, you get all the latest crit news and announcement for our online convention.
Awesome. So, shall we start going over the game? The game, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. So crit is now spread out over 9.5 days, actually, from
Because
the
one
evening
one week was
of
not enough, right? One.
because no, 1 week cannot contain this much creativity, excitement, and fun. It simply cannot. So we have expanded it. We went an extra day past our schedule last year. We now start on the evening of Juneteenth, Friday, June 19th. In the starting, I think the first games are all at 8:30 Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. That's our traditional pre pre event kickoff. And we've got at least 3 games that will be hosted as kind of a sneak peek of all the excitement that's to come over the next 9 days. And it runs through Saturday, the 20th, until 2 Sundays later, the evening of Sunday, June 28th. So that's a lot of gaming and a lot of fun over those 9.5 days.
Yeah, for sure. I see that Quest Bertrain and Lucy Collected have joined us. Hello, both. Okay,
It's
so
good to see our friends.
yeah, for sure. So let's see. Let me bring up the slides that you sent me. There we go. Okay,
So
again.
I will call your attention again to those dates, the 20th through the 28th of June, which is getting here quicker than you might expect, 8, 9 weeks from now. Uh, the community run Infinite Tabletop is an all volunteers, a 9-day around the clock, 100% free, free to play, fan run online role playing game event. This is a play opportunity for absolutely anyone, regardless of your experience uh, in the hobby, regardless of your familiarity with specific rule sets. You don't need anything but yourself to come and be part of this. We are open and welcoming to everyone. Once again, Monday the 20th, 2 days from today, we will be open on tabletop events so that you can purchase, huge air quotes, free tickets to any of the sessions. And we look like we'll be numbering over 80 sessions by the time we do that. And we'll be
Okay.
adding additional sessions as we come through. That's a good number. We have over 2 dozen super dedicated, super creative, and very experienced and well-versed game masters who, out of the goodness of their heart, are putting these games together, these game sessions, to give you the broadest possible spectrum, as you're gonna see in these next few minutes here, uh, of what the role-playing game hobby really has to offer.
Just going to add that come the 20th, don't sleep on the tables because some of the tables get filled up like very, very quickly.
They definitely do, and that's why we do sort of have a long registration period, and we really try to convince people to, even in our off season, to get on that list, to be aware of when registration opens because there are some games that fill up exceedingly fast. But every single game at Crit uh, lets you take advantage of a wait list. So, there's a lot of things that can happen in 8 weeks' time. So, if somebody who has signed up for a game has to drop out for whatever reason, or if a GM makes a determination based on what their world looks like, that they can loop in an extra player, being on first on that wait list gives you the first opportunity to get in on the game that you really wanted to get in on. The other thing our GMs are absolutely known for doing is bending over backwards and in some cases hosting encore sessions later in the week. So say that there's a game on the first Sunday that is full up. If there is a wait list of a couple of players, that signals to that GM that if they have any free time sometime later in that week to contact those players and run the session just for them anyway as an additional game. This is what we do for the public at Crit, and my hat is off to every one of our all volunteer GMs who really cares about the hobby, about sharing the joy of participating in the hobby, and about making sure that no matter who you are, you get an opportunity to try it out.
Heck yeah. Okay, bringing on the first one. Okay, so it seems to be mine.
Yeah, I saved the best for first, so I wanted to talk a little bit, if I could, about what I consider to be the absolute benchmark for an independently published uh, role playing supplement uh, from none other than our host, Karl. Uh, Night of the Locusts is one of two games that you are using, uh, you are offering at Crit this year, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken,
That's correct.
that go with your historical dark fantasy, if you will, uh, playset that is set around the time of the 30 Years' War in Europe. And it's called The Four Horsemen. It is absolutely fantastic. My hat is off to you. I have told you this before because you deserve the praise, but it's a really, really, really well thought out and perfectly executed way to take advantage of uh, an open licensing opportunity that DM Scotty has offered us for his EZD6 system. Karl, tell us a little bit about the Four Horsemen and about Night of the Locusts, which I was fortunate enough to be part of a playtest for.
Okay, so the Four Horsemen is basically the game of being terrible people in a terrible time. I think that's more or less what goes. So everything is terrible. You're mostly playing these people with empty purses and even emptier morals. And yeah, it's basically about surviving in some pretty terrible circumstances. It is built on top of EZT6, and there again, hats off to DM Scotty because EZ6 makes it so easy to layer things on top.
Without a doubt. And it's super popular. It's super easy to pick up. These are the other things that we try to feature. And you'll notice that there are a couple of systems that feature very prominently among our GMs at Crit. And EZD6 is definitely one of them. You're going to find a lot of different and very varied choices for different kinds of style and tone and genre of adventure that are all run under EZD6 uh, here at Crit this year. And that's just because of how wonderfully flexible and intuitive it is. It's easy to onboard people, so there's not a lot of hassle. And that's one of the things that makes it a versatile tool in the toolkit for a savvy GM who likes indie games.
Nice. Okay, so about Night of the Locust. So this is an adventure which was inspired by the Magnificent Seven, which is a Western movie that most people will probably be aware of, and The Isle is Dead, which is a really, 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 really bad Spanish horror movie from the 70s.
And that's a perfect combination. It really is. These are wonderful scenarios and tropes to build on, and then to couch in this particularly interesting and not always well explored uh, point in real history. So that's one of the things that I really, really dig about it. I will call attention to the fact that not only do we have our gameatcrit.com website here on all of these, you will notice in the upper right-hand corner a session number. That session number will help you guys who are viewing find any of these games if you are doing a rewatch or you take a screenshot. When you go to tabletop events next week, it will help you locate this particular session and get your free seat.
Nice. Okay, going on to the next one, which is Treasure of the Grey Widow.
Yes, indeed. Another one I was fortunate enough to see in its development stages, and this is where it gets weird and creepy. And again, Karl has just done a bang up job on this one, but he can, without spoiling it, tell a little bit more about what the scenario entails.
Okay, at the simplest level, this is about an expedition up a mountain to find a treasure. I'm just going to keep it a bit vague there because stuff happens when you're going up a mountain. Uh, Another thing is that this is the adventure that I wrote for Dungeon Gem for 2026, which will be going out in at the end of May this year. So I'm just going to say that if you plan to play this at Crit, don't spoil yourself reading it there.
Outstanding.
Okay, next up is Ironsworn.
So that's right. So there are, and I want to give a quick shout out to the rest of the Crit Planning Committee. There are 5 old timers, myself included, who have continued through now Crit's 4-year history at being the kind of point people, if you will, for trying to do all the behind the scenes work to bring this event to you each year. Um, Sam Chafin, aka the Merlotron, is a co-founder along with Philip Dudley, my good friend. The technical expertise that is absolutely pivotal to us running each year is Scott Skippy Merrill, who is well known to people in our fan community over on the ICRPG community server. just a great guy, who you have gotten a chance to talk to and interview before, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Uh, and last but not least, my absolute daily partner in crime in making crit happen is Andrew Strickland of 2716 Gaming. S5 Photog, as he is formerly known on the forums here. Uh, so he is a huge fan of Iron Sworn, Sean Tompkin, Powered by the Apocalypse type games and stuff like that. And he is almost won over uh, an old curmudgeon like me. In fact, he and I have done some GM-less gaming in Ironsworn and Ironsworn Delve. This is an absolutely fantastic playbook style system, and I think it's one of the best implementations of the Powered by the Apocalypse system. Andrew is extremely deft and skilled at laying down this kind of a game and this kind of an adventure. And this is one of our 3 early bird games that we currently have on that Juneteenth evening uh, that is worth checking out.
Okay. Do you know anything about the game itself? Like what kind of scenario it will be or something like that?
I totally do. It's your standard gritty fantasy. I don't want to spoil any of it.
Fair enough. Okay. So with that,
But like I said, not is like uh, even going in blind, definitely worth checking out, especially if you have never played that style of game.
nice. Okay, now this is one of
This is
yours.
my early bird game. This is a tradition. This was the very first crit game back in 2023 that was ever run.
Seriously, all right.
Mysteries of Miss Farhenge has come back every year. I try to get it a little bigger, a little better, and a little weirder. It takes place in Index Card RPG's Alfheim medieval fantasy setting, and it is based off a an adventure seed that is in the book, but it
Okay.
also uh, involves a significant amount of sneak peek material from my independently published setting guide that is hopefully due out this year. It is called Omnis
Okay.
Sombra. It is a domain of shadows and an otherworldly, wilder, weirder place for you to adventure. And Mistfarhenge becomes uh, the link between the world of Alfheim and the world of Omnisombra as part of this adventure. This is a straight up heist, an opportunity for your ne'er do well crew to have a score of a lifetime that will set you up on Easy Street. Things are never that easy, of course, in Alfheim.
Yeah, and speaking of Omnisumbra, I'm really looking forward to see that because I remember that you had shown me a preview a few years ago, and there is a lot of interesting stuff in there.
I do appreciate that.
Next one up is
Uh, our
Jurassic Rush.
third, our third early bird game. GM Mirage, Joshua Becklake, our brother up north, is bringing us a straight up dino race that is run with ICRPG.
Sounds so
Um,
badass.
he has got some really wonderful stuff. He has an independent setting that he has created called Valencia, which is definitely, he's put a ton of work into it. It's very well thought out and it's incredibly comprehensive. And he has also got a series of games that run throughout Crit Game Week this year that are just super creative and worth checking out. So shout out to Josh.
Okay, that's lovely. But yeah, I mean, you had me at dinosaur races, so like anything.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, I mean, anything after that phrase is literally unimportant. It's like, yep, sign me up.
So another gentleman GM that I am so fond of and just super lucky to have come back year after year to do a lot of heavy lifting for us at Crit is Jerry Whiting. He is a Runehammer Shield Wall veteran. He is super well versed, super creative, and just puts not only is he a fantastic GM, but also just a superior player, like somebody who really enriches your own game that you're running when he comes and sits at your table. And I think that's part of what makes him such a great GM. So he has put together, again, some of our most cinematic, some of our highest concept, high fantasy, wildest, weirdest. he's got a Star Wars game this year, and he's also got this Lord of the Rings game using the One Ring. It's called Witch King Hunt, which is exactly what it sounds like, where you are going to have to face the epic force of the Witch King of Angmar.
Ooh, okay. That's going to be rough. Okay. All right, this one is from
Our
Kim.
good, our good friend and fellow crafter, uh, the hostess of Questboard Terrain on YouTube, uh, Kim, aka GMQ, has is a fantastic person, is a fantastic uh, game master, and really loves the horror genre. She has a particular penchant and a real flavor for bringing that to the table. And she's using one of my favorite systems in a couple of her games this year. This is a Call of Cthulhu 7th edition game called Carousel of Fears. This is actually, if I'm not mistaken, a Miskatonic repository or maybe even a direct Chaosium game that is written by a horror author. His name is Bridget. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to look it up and I'll put it in the description. But Bridget, what is her name? I can't think of it. I apologize,
No
Kim,
idea.
for it's been a long night for me slipping this one. But this is a game that I think is, if you like the flavor of different flavors of the horror genre in your media, um, check Kim's game out here. I think this one will be something very special. Yes, Bridget Jeffries, thank you so much.
Okay. Also, yeah, Kim is absolutely terrifying when she's running Call of Cthulhu. So yeah, you have been warned.
One of the things that we're going to really love about this is that if you are a fan of horror, uh, we have many different flavors of it this year at Crit, and I'm going to
Oh yeah.
highlight some of those in particular in the slides that we have still to come.
Okay. Next up, okay, this is
For something
definitely,
completely
yeah,
different,
definitely a change of
another
pace.
good friend and a heavy lifter and a hardworking GM, a hardworking publisher of independent rule sets and systems and settings, is Dave Ward, our friend who runs Grimwood Games. He also has a YouTube channel. Uh, this is a superhero game where the superheroes are furry little animals. It's called Masked Paws. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's exactly as wild, woolly, and weird as you might expect. And this is brand new. It's still in development, actually, right? So Dave is
Ooh, okay.
also the author of the Ironbound and Plaguebound systems. He is the producer and co-creator of another game that we will want to highlight from our past GM Wes Allen, the Orshin incident, which was written for ICRPG but had a successful, I believe it was a backer kit campaign, the crowdfunding campaign that is
Uh,
bringing it to multiple other systems. Uh,
Remind me,
Dave
Wes is
Dave
the
creates incredible things.
remind me, Wes is also has a YouTube channel at DM Tales, if I'm not mistaken.
DM Tales, that's
DM Tales,
exactly
that's the one.
right. Unfortunately, he had family commitments that could not allow him to be part of our team this year, but he is helping us get the word out. And if I have anything to do with it, he will be back. But Dave is great. This game is really cool. If you like things that are fun and offbeat, this is one to check out. He is very thorough and very good at mechanical implementation. Hats off to Dave.
Yeah, I've played with Dave a couple of times, and he's also been on this channel a few times, and yeah, his games tend to be quite a lot of fun. Plus,
Oh yeah, without a doubt. He's also a great player. I love having him in my games. He really adds a lot, and I really do believe that one of the things that you'll find is that most of the people who are our crit GMs are enthusiastic and talented players as well. Because I think GMing makes you a better player, but I
for sure,
also
yeah,
think that playing makes you a better GM.
yep, also true. But yeah, this one looks a lot. This one in my head is looking out like Zootopia meets the Avengers. So yeah, definitely want to look out for. Oh, and another change of pace.
Phlegathon. Phlegathon is so I've got a trio of Alfheim games the first Saturday for the your classic medieval fantasy setting running under Index Card Role Playing Game Master Edition. Uh, this is a straight up dragon fight. Yeah, you are some scrappy adventurers who put together a party to answer the call when imminent danger is approaching and there's fire in the sky. Uh, you are facing a terrible scourge of the land in the form of an elder fire dragon. And if you have the metal and a little bit of help from the townspeople, maybe you can save the day. This is definitely one that plays a little different every time. It's been several times in previous years and elsewhere on the internet, but it's always different, always full of surprises, and hopefully fun for the folks who try. So I invite you to come uh, see how flame retardant you are.
Okay, yeah, I mean, like, hey, if you're promising people a straight up dragon fight, what could possibly go wrong? Oh, getting Street
Another
Fighter
person
vibes here.
who is a dear friend, a super cool guy, funny guy, a warm-hearted guy, and a really good GM who knows no bounds is our friend Lawson Long. Uh, Fighting Dreamers is his ICRPG love letter to games, video games like Street Fighter.
Hmm.
Uh, you are a champion of those who are in need, and I just can't even say enough about this. This is the first. This one here, number 21, on Saturday the 20th, is part of a series of, I think, 4 of the games that Lawson has brought that are in that genre and in that world and have that same feel and tone. And he's just such a fun, creative GM. And his command of mechanical implementation can deliver. Like if he makes you a promise that you're going to feel Street Fightery, you're going to feel Street Fightery, and I think it's super cool. Additionally, he has 2 kind of swashbuckly piratey games that are
Ooh.
inspired by kind of the uh, One Piece ethos, and Pirate Rush is also being run under ICRPG elsewhere in Game Week. Get into one of Lawson's games. He's fantastic. Formerly, he has been our most prolific player in one of our previous events.
Speaking of prolific, how many games are you running this year, Chris?
Uh, 13 over 9 days. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a mixture of medieval fantasy, science fiction, and my personal favorite, that kind of eldritch investigation, cosmic horror style mystery played. This will actually be the first year that I'm not playing all ICRPG, as we'll get along to a little bit. I'm actually, an old dog can learn new tricks every once in a while, and so I am going to trot out a system that I do love. Uh, but I use ICRPG for almost everything. I am probably its most staunch proponent, and we will see how trying something different at Crit goes. Monster of the Week, again, Andrew with the PBTA style games. Another fantastic. What I think for that style of game and that style of system, that family of games, it's done really well with Monster of the Week. I think that the blend of kind of almost an X Files style uh, weird tale in a more modern setting is extremely well supported and underpinned by this particular game system implementation of Powered by the Apocalypse. Super cool. Andrew is an amazing game master and a good friend.
Okay, yeah, I mean, like, if you tell me it's like kind of X-Files kind of vibes, I'm sold.
Very much so.
And okay,
Uh,
this one is your Cthulhu hack, yeah?
It is indeed. So my streamlined rules hack to bring Eldritch Investigation and Cosmic Horror Mysteries to Index Card Role Playing Game Master Edition. The Cthulhu hack is the engine that powers Thicker Than Water. Thicker Than Water is a race against time. It's a jazz age 1920s uh, humanitarian mission where a dear friend of yours is in the hospital with a disease that the doctors cannot explain, and you have got to seek out a remote hematologist, a reclusive scientist on an island out in the Strait of Juan de Fuca here in Puget Sound, and see if you can get the cure in time.
That sounds very tense, even more so than usual, Lovecraftian games.
I really love the time period. I try to, having lived here in the Pacific Northwest for 35 years, I try to put a lot of the flavor and the history of it into these games. I actually consider this the best original scenario I've ever written,
Nice. Okay.
and I love sharing it with people.
I mean, in your case, that's a very high bar because I've played in a lot of your scenarios and chef's kiss.
I appreciate that.
And yeah, I did notice that you do put a lot of your surroundings into the scenarios, whether it's in the past or the future.
The Recluse. I told you guys that we were really going to highlight and explore the horror genre, and this is my foray into gothic horror. It is also it's the Saturday the 20th. This is another part of my triple header throughout Alfheim in that medieval fantasy setting. But I wanted to bring the gothic horror flavor to it. And that is what the Recluse is. The Recluse is where your adventuring party has signed on as deputy tax reeves with under a local count, and you are sent to a nearby part of his realm to deal with a nobleman who needs to pay his fair share in order to help with some of the local natural disaster that's taken place. And it gets weird.
So yeah, I mean, like starting off as medieval IRS is already interesting. Yeah, but that sounds like a great premise. I mean, like, and I mean,
It was a lot of fun to write. It was a lot of fun to
yeah, I
run
can
the
imagine.
first time. And I'm grateful to all of our friends, including many of them in the chat, who have helped me refine this for our folks who will be participating in it at Crit this year.
Next up, okay, Steve Boshier, and a friend of the channel from
That
Shadows of
is right.
Arcadia.
Friend of this channel, friend of our event. Steve Boshier is the amazingly talented and charming host and producer of Shadows of Arconia on YouTube, where they run two important series of regular content. The first, the eponymous Shadows of Arconia, is his original campaign setting that he has run under several different systems, which is coming back soon for campaign 3, if I'm not mistaken. He is great guy, warm, talented, smart, and very capable. Great GM. He also runs something called Tales from the Backlog on Shadows of Arconia. Tales from the Backlog is where a lot of your content and mine, Karl, have both now appeared. It's their Monday evening show where they do 1 to 3 shot adventures that cover different indie systems and just give you a flavor and taste for lots of games. He's got a good group of people and a talented cast that produce. They're able to pick up games and run them as if they were old veterans, even when it's the first time that they have run these systems. My hat is always off to our friends at Tales from the Backlog for being able to do that. He puts together a great show. I uh, definitely advise anybody to join that channel and subscribe and uh, support Shadows of Arconia. And Steve's a wonderful GM. So Easy D6, DM Scotty's system, Wizard Fight. You are all going to be spellcasters, arcane spellcasters who are taking up the wand, as it were, to fight the good fight to protect the innocent.
I mean, especially given how freeform EZ6 Magic is, this is going to be fun.
Definitely. And this is a returning and very well received event.
Nice. Okay, next one up is another one from Kim.
That's right. Kim is again implementing kind of a wonderful horror setting using DM Scotty's EZD6 system and his new playset, Dreadful Doomscapes, which gives you not one but two different flavors of horror that run under EZD6. One is more of a survival horror, and one is more of a empowered champion against darkness set. So there is a lot of versatility in that playset. Kim will be getting the most out of that when she puts together Wormwood Blazes, where a quiet camping trip turns out to be not so much.
Okay, I see that Soltanic has joined us.
Hi, Nick.
The pirate games aren't in just yet, but I don't know, Chris, if there are some in the slides that you sent me.
There is one, and we'll be getting to that very shortly, but we actually have quite a few, as you'll get a chance to see once crit registration opens on Monday morning.
Okay, so Soltanic, stay tuned because pirate games are coming up. Right, let's move on to the next one. Oh, more dinosaurs.
Yes, more dinosaurs. So here we go. I told you. So two guys co-founded Crit. They were the ones who were responsible. Sam Chafin, the Merlotron, for the initial idea, and our good friend here, GM Phil Dudley, for really crystallizing what would be possible. He was the one who pitched the idea of getting a group of, at that time, it was a dozen of us, to come together and in 1 week put together as many games as we could, run them around the clock. That was his brainchild, and that is what Crit has blossomed into today. Well, I will just say that Phil is without a doubt the single most well-versed game master that I personally know in terms of his understanding and apprehension of systems, concepts, and just sheer off-the-wall creativity. Amazing dude. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. He can take systems that you would never, it's like, ice cream and pickles, and get them to play together where he'll port mechanics and pieces and integrate it into absolutely one of the kind sessions. He is also responsible for every year for our most high concept games, and this is going to be one of them. It is called Operation Antediluvian Saurian, and it is a 5 session mini campaign that takes place every weekday
Oh,
during
wow,
game
okay.
week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and
Is that
Friday at the
that's why
same
it's
time.
one here. Yeah. Okay.
This year, last year he ran a massively successful and extremely well lauded BattleTech campaign.
Oh,
This
nice.
year, Operation Antediluvian Saurian is running under Blacklight for Shadow Dark, and Blacklight for Shadow Dark is a rules supplement that is a modern rules supplement that has you be part of a covert paramilitary-ish slash investigative uh, organization that fights threats in the shadows. And that is the engine that fuels this particular series. Terror in the Streets is the first uh, installment of this. And this is a Phil designs these things so you do not have to play every game because maybe not everybody's going to be
I was
free
going to ask
at
about
the
the template.
same
Yeah.
time, but it is an interconnected set so that the end conditions for one game will affect the starting conditions to some extent for the group that follows.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Do yourselves a favor uh, and get in on one of Phil's games. Period. Great guy.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was just going to ask because if someone signs up for this, are they committed to a full 5 game run? Can they drop in the third one, for example, or whatever? So yeah, but you did
We
answer the question.
definitely know that that is only available to a few people, so it's open to absolutely anybody, but there are always a few each year who manage to make it through most, if not all, of Phil's games.
Okay. I also have a question while we're talking about
Yes, please.
organizers and founders. Who's responsible for the artwork? Because this thing is always so good.
Uh, yes, indeed. So our multiverse hopping frogkin hero trip is a concept that was originally conceived of by Andrew Strickland, our co-organizer,
Okay.
and he goes out of his way to commission new art every year with an artist whose name is Skrutsky, if I'm not mistaken, and she has put together a trip in to go with our Stone Age theming this year, and have given him a trusty mastodon steed named Sloan. And if you love the art that we have, and if you love the idea of Crit and want to help us out, Andrew curates and puts together a fantastic merch store at gameatcrit.printful.me. And 100% of the proceeds from purchases of stickers or coffee mugs or the super cool t-shirts. I'm liking the sand one this year, but we have them with the Crit logo and also with our mascots in various configurations, in all kinds of stuff. All of the proceeds that we get from that get rolled back into Crit to fund future games.
Okay. Could you
So
could you
if you
give me
want to help us
the
out and you like what we do,
could you give me
visit
the
and buy a
URL again,
sticker
Chris?
or a t-shirt. I'm sorry,
It's
say again, please.
gameatcrit.printful.me.
Gameatcrit.printful.me.
There we go. Oh, that is a nice mercer. So I am going
Yeah,
to
and
pop the
we'll
link in the
just like we'll
chat.
be adding games throughout registration all the way on the run up to game week, you might see a few extra items there as well.
Nice.
So it's we really appreciate those of you who have liked what we've done in the past and like what we're offering this year and will be showing your crit pride when you show up for your games.
Okay, so next one is What Seeds Beneath the Sunken City by Jorbin from Elder Goblin Games. What can you tell us about this?
Jordan's got Jordan has got 3 games, and he is the author of Seven Delving Sins. It is his
Okay.
original rule set that he has put together. I was part of the play test and gotten a chance to sit in on a few of the games. It's the perfect game to play when you want to onboard somebody or when your other plans to do whatever didn't come to fruition and
Okay.
fell through. It's easy to pick up, it's easy to understand, and it has a wonderfully nuanced mechanical complexity. Jordan is Elder Goblin Games on YouTube. Super cool dude, super good GM, and a hard worker who's really come to bat for us for Crit last year and this year. Definitely worth checking out his games that he is offering this year and joining his channel and supporting his content as well.
Nice.
I will also oh, well,
Go, go, go,
we
go, go,
will
go.
go on to that.
Tell me,
No,
go.
all I was gonna say is, one of the things that is great is being able to sit down at the table and run a game that is presented to you by the guy who wrote the book, and that's one
True
of the
story. Yeah.
things that we do, at Crit. Things that I have written for publication, including the one that's coming up, Bad Actor, uh, The Four Horsemen, Seven Delving Sins, uh, all of these things, Easy D6 for the last 3 years, DM Scotty himself has appeared at Crit to host free games for people. The guy who wrote the book, and we love focusing on independent creators. We have a couple more who are in our
Hmm.
roster who we'll be talking about today. But not only do we support them, we are grateful to them for supporting Crit for helping us in our mission to bring the enjoyment of the role playing game hobby to everybody and to reduce those barriers to access. And as far as I'm concerned, as a consumer of RPG content, I want to say that when somebody volunteers to be part of an endeavor like this, who also happens to be a creator, it says something to me about who they are as a person. What they really believe about and believe in about the social contract that underpins the RPG hobby and the benefits that it can bring to everybody. And I would gladly support anybody who cares that much.
Plus, I mean, come on, all the people that have played it with Crit have been just fantastic people.
We have not only great GMs, but some absolutely wonderful players who come back year after year. And I look forward every year to meeting and making new friends at the table. Bad Actor is a game that I came up with. You know, I'm a big fan of those kind of jazz age Call of Cthulhu style investigations.
Really,
This is set in the
I wouldn't have known.
1920s. In 1929, again in Seattle, my haunt. Uh, but this 100 years ago scenario has absolutely no eldritch component to it. It's a historical scenario. It's a tale of revenge and retribution, where you have suffered a grievous loss at the hands of one particularly nefarious president of the Seattle City Council.
Oh, wow, okay.
Elections elections are 10 weeks away, and you feel compelled to right the wrong. Uh, this is also a scenario that I wrote and have published and is available at chrisbynum.itch.io. It is available to download for free. It is a one-page scenario, and even if you were to download it and play in this game, you wouldn't even spoil it for yourself because it is particularly uh, replayable. Every time a group sits down to play Bad Actor, it is different. And so I certainly welcome people to come and view it as well. And but more in particular, if you want something different in your experience at the table this year, come join me for Bad Actor. I think you might really like it. It lets you really get into role playing a character in a different time in a different place with a different set of problems that still engage you in how you interface with your own human condition.
Yeah, I'm not just going to put it out there and tell people to be careful because, I mean, this is the scariest monster of them all. I mean, you can deal with dragons, you can deal with eldritch horrors, but man, politicians, ugh.
They are the worst.
Okay, so I just dropped the link to your itch on the chat, and let's move on to the next
Thank you.
one.
Ah, Sam, the Merlotron, has put together a variety of really great games for us in the past and comes back again this year to deliver us some absolutely wonderful content. For the Revolution is his uh, heroic daring do scenario, easy D6, where you have to take up the sword uh, for the crown and do good. And this has been revamped this year and retitled, in fact, to give it make it bigger and better than it has been in past iterations. Sam is a super kind guy, super smart and creative, and he just delivers a good session. You could do yourself a favor and pick up the sword for the revolution. I will also mention that I don't have the slide in it this year, but Sam gave me inspiration last year to run a game that was an homage to the first Die Hard movie.
Really?
And yeah, he came up with that idea. I was like, Sam, can I please steal that? Only can I have the people be the terrorists? And he's like, yeah, totally, you can. And I did. And we had a big, good time at Crit last year. Well, he has also got a game on the schedule this year called Dice Hard. And
Ooh.
Dice Hard is Sam's take on his own concept, where this time you get to be the good guys and do the right thing. Uh, as the world comes down around you in a skyscraper. It is absolutely fantastic. It's going to be amazing. Don't miss Dice Hard, please.
Okay, and the meetup for the Revolution really looks like it has some really strong Warhammer Fantasy vibes. So yeah, that's totally my thing.
Definitely.
Oh, another one fresh from the
A
author of the system.
creator and a creator of some significant merit. We are very, very pleased to welcome this year Peter Lang from Tales from Elsewhere. I'm sure a lot of people in the audience are on his Discord, have joined and regularly watch his YouTube channel. Um, Tales from Elsewhere, and specifically the Clock World setting, is Peter's amazing and very successful take on kind of a Weird West survival horror mashup vibes. Um, Peter is also just incredibly intelligent, really warm. Uh, his content is incisive and thoughtful, and his game system is great. His crowdfunding was quite successful, and we wish him continued success. And we are trying to support that by helping bring him new audiences here at Crit. So he's got 3 sessions that are all set in Tales from Elsewhere, Clockworld. Dig, Gravedigger, Dig is one of them. That is absolutely fantastic. The Misplaced Priest is another one, and oh my god, forgive me. The third one is also it's set in Jarrow, which is one of his locations there. It was actually this one set in Jarrow. I beg your pardon. I'll have to remember the third one. But Tales from Elsewhere. Definitely check out the YouTube channel. Definitely sign up for Peter's Games. This is a great opportunity to get to game with him and see more. And we're just super glad to have him on board as part of our team this year. And we hope and expect that he will return.
You know, I've known Peter for some time. We've played together in one game, both as players, and I have never managed to get in on his games because time zones are, really my worst enemy here. So yeah, I hope I'll be able to catch one of these because he is such a great guy.
Super cool.
Oh, next one up is from Lisa the Dungeon Matron.
That's right. Our lovely friend Lisa, the dungeon matron, is bringing you a super cool uh, Call of Cthulhu adventure called The Haunting of Barristan Manor. Uh, like you haven't been fortunate enough to see this one in development. It's super spooky. Uh, I don't want to spoil it for folks, but this is a classic Eldritch investigation uh, that anybody will enjoy. If you are not yet a fan of a kind of Lovecraftian genre, you will be after you play in this game.
And again, Lisa's such a fun DM.
And just has a real appreciation of the how to bring this kind of cosmic horror and eldritch investigation scenario, how to pace it, how to deliver it with grace to the table. Fantastic GM. Always glad to have her back this year.
Okay, next one up is from Drew, and it's Mythic Prehistory against the River
And
Children.
I apologize that his
Oh, yeah.
wonderful art, which was by Sean Bova, did not come out. I must have aired or picked the wrong uh, slide by mistake, but I will tell you, this is it for ICRPG. Let me see if I can just really quickly. I wonder if I can just drop this to you, Carl, so that you can, because I really want it to be
Yeah, I mean, if you can
appreciated.
drop it in
I
the same
do. I
folder.
think I got it. Give me 1 second. My goodness,
No
made
rush.
such a mess of things.
It's all good.
Get to the drive, but Drew has spent the last couple of years taking his vision for how you could apply the highest and most epic fantasy concepts to a time before civilization, if you will, a time before recorded history. And mythic prehistory is that. So this is Against the River Children, where he has these incredible mythic heroes and foes that do battle in a world that is like our own and yet incredibly strange. That is probably the best way that I could describe what he is able to bring to the table to this. He and I have uh, played and been friends for a number of years since when I first started gaming online. He is a young man who's got a singular vision and a real appreciation uh, for what you can do in a role playing scenario. And let me see if I can drop this thing in here,
Okay.
Carl. Let me see, where is
So
it?
yeah, just let me know when you drop it so I can bring it up. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, I'm seeing that this is going to be the same problem as every year because I mean there are so many games that I like the look of and I want to join. And it's like yeah, fitting them all is going to be very tricky.
Absolutely.
Plus, I know that I mentioned it to you earlier. I also want to sneak in another game I want to run, which is going to be in the Flareful system that's being developed by another friend of ours, Trekiros. So yeah, that's going to be a post-apocalyptic party.
Oh, where is it? Oh, I'm so sorry. We may
That's
have
all
to
right.
come back to it because we. Ah, there it is. Ah, ha, ha, ha. I got it. Got
Okay,
it.
found it.
Got it.
Okay.
Uploading now. Give it just 1 second, just so you can see what this thing looks like.
Uh,
But it was pretty cool. But his mythic prehistory is always underpinned by a lot of really cool art. It should be at the very bottom
okay,
of the
found it.
stack in your drive.
There we go.
But if this one image that he has, and he has had so many commissions, some amazing art by Sean Bova, who also worked, of course, on DM Scotty's EZD6. Uh, just some wonderful concepts and stuff like that. It's evocative of the kind of the feel and the grandeur that he brings in all of these mythic prehistory games. So I encourage anybody who resonates with that concept to check something like that out. And thank you. I apologize for that. We
Yeah,
can
no, no
go
problem, no
back to the
problem.
stack.
This looks really awesome.
The pirate game that I promised you. Sam
Yay!
the Merlotron has brought us Treasure on Cinder Island using the infamous Pirate Borg system. So if you are, oh, excuse me, Pirate Borg system. So if you are a fan of Free League and Merkborg and all of these games that are rules light and pull no punches as they embrace their specific genres. Uh, and Sam just has an amazing and unique touch for how to take whimsy and terror and high adventure and squeeze it all together into a wonderful juice cocktail for you at the table.
Okay, so Soltanic was kind enough to introduce me to Pirate Burg a while ago, and yeah, it's such a fun system.
Absolutely. It doesn't take itself seriously, but it does it
Yep.
exactly the way it's supposed to.
And next, okay, the Hall of Lord Ashtorn.
If you are a fan of Runehammer Games Index Card RPG Master Edition, or if you've never heard of it, or if you've heard of it and are interested in it, this is the single best adventure that you can acquaint yourself in a group in that system.
Okay.
Andrew has written The Hall of Lord Ashthorn. It's a simple mini adventure of just 3 encounters in your classic medieval fantasy setting, and it's as good as it gets. Hi, Steve.
Hey, speaking to
Uh,
Steve.
I recommend this to every new ICRPG GM, and I encourage players to ask for it. It is also available on itch at 2716gaming.itch.io.
Okay, let me just pull that up. So entertain the people while I find it.
One of the greatest things that I love about this game uh, is that it's deceptively simple to the players in its presentation. and yet every GM has been able to wring something n uniquely nefarious out of it, that I have ever seen. It always plays a little bit differently with every group, and it's just a brilliantly written standard adventure.
Could you give me the itch address again? Because
I think
2716
I
is.
said it right, and I apologize for not getting it to you before.
That's right.
Let me
But
double
it's.
check.
Okay.
2716 gaming
Ah, okay, there we go.
dot itch dot io, I think is correct.
Oh, there's a lot
Yep,
of stuff in
there it
here.
is right there. Oh yeah, Andrew is prolific. He is creative and brilliant, and he has a really good editor.
That's a great thing to have. You're the
It,
editor, yeah?
it's actually a real joy to and an honor to have been part of helping you bring some of Andrew, helping Andrew bring some of these things to the table. I absolutely love being a part of seeing great material come to independent publication. And Andrew has just thumped out a ton of great stuff. Definitely our hats off to him. He is also absolutely instrumental in making Crit come together every year. And people should support him and check out his stuff.
For sure. And yeah, I mean, like the each page looks lots of interesting stuff in there. Next up is Distress
A-
Call.
as promised, dozens and dozens and dozens of Crit games later in our fourth year, after running exclusively index card RPG for the last 3 years and running 1 dozen ICRPG games this year, I am threatening to run a game of Modifius 2D20 Star Trek Adventures 2nd Edition. Star Trek Adventures Distress Call is an original uh, utopian space exploration adventure that I wrote for the Star Trek Adventures system. It's been a lot of fun running it in development and getting a chance to air it on Shadows of Arconia. And it is coming to Crit this year. This is the Crit debut of Star Trek Adventures and Distress Call.
Okay, I see that the end has joined us. Hi there. And the shadows work when you're saying, "Hey, Distress Call." Is this one of the games you ran on
On
Tales
Tales
as
from
well?
the Backlog.
All right,
That's
all right.
correct.
Yep, Steve is saying it's a great adventure.
I appreciate you, Steve.
But again, then
I
again,
really look forward to running this at Crit this year.
Chris wrote it, and he's got a load of good adventures.
I am a super duper Trek nerd, if nothing else.
Okay,
Lisa
next
the
up.
Dungeon Matron comes back with more Call of Cthulhu. This is a modern adventure that I very much enjoyed when I got a chance to play test
Oh
and
yeah, I mean
develop
this was
it.
so good. This was
It's
the one
so
where
good,
you were playing a politician, I was playing a Gonzo journalist, and Tom was playing a blogger. And I mean,
and we had such a good
it was
time,
hilarious.
the
It
three
was
of us side
hilarious.
by side, in Skin Deep. Skin Deep is a modern Eldritch investigation that just gets mind-bendingly creepy. And Lisa does a fine job of bringing it to the table and bringing it to life.
Christopher Train saying, "Sorry, I can't chat too much right now." That's okay, Kim, but we're glad to have you here, and we.
We are grateful to have you, Kim.
But yeah, I mean, this one, if you like creepy modern day, this one's for you. Next, okay, I believe we also played this, yeah.
A different kind of creep. Karl, you were instrumental in development and refining. You were actually the first online group that got to play On the Banks of the Yakagani. This is running under my ICRPG Cthulhu Hack Eldritch Investigation supplement. Uh, for whatever reason, you are on a midnight train to Washington, D.C. When shenanigans ensue. This is a really wonderful mystery where there's more than meets the eye, and it's kind of almost a locked room mystery as your train hurtles through the night.
Yeah, the one thing about this is that it has a steady but slow build up, and yeah, when things start moving, they start moving really fast. Oh yeah, this one, I really enjoyed this one.
This is a very important session for me. The last one that I will tell you about here, this is kind of my not my absolute closer, but this is my Saturday night special on the second Saturday, Saturday the 27th. Uh, Operation Noir. Operation Noir is part of a supplement that I have written that is for publication. It's called Crime and Chrome. It is an homage to the original Blade Runner film. This is a cyberpunk uh, manhunt, if you will, where you are a law enforcement contractor known as a kite in the 2050s. Your job is to hunt down artificial people and either apprehend or retire them. And it is part of a larger world that I am creating as part of this cyberpunk supplement. Uh, we also did this one on Tales from the Backlog. Um, it's always a little different. So even if you were to cheat and try to look, you won't learn anything that's going to help you when you've got to do the job. Only teamwork and careful sleuthing will save the day. And I invite anybody who is a fan of the genre to come join me on the second Saturday at Crit and be part of the world of Operation Noir.
Okay, I'll just drop a bonus hint for anyone watching. When he says careful investigation, he means careful investigation. Things go sideways really fast. But yeah, I mean, I think last time we played the second part of this. I'm really looking forward to the follow-ups.
Oh, very much so. Yeah, it has gotten a chance to be in continued development as I am further working out uh, the full richness of Crime and Chrome as a supplement. And your group and the other groups, Steve's group, and various other playtest groups have really, it's been going for a full year since Operation Noir first debuted
Yeah,
at Crit
yeah.
in 2025. They're still playing now and have really helped me build out the world. So my hat goes off to the original Crit crew from 2025.
Heck yeah. Okay, so that was the last card that you sent me. Let me just drop the
And with the exception of a couple
link
of
again.
sneak peeks on that second weekend,
Hmm.
that's only half the schedule. We have so many games, but I hope that that gives a shout out to at least a few. I haven't gotten even a chance in talking to you for an hour to highlight every person on the GM roster, but and then there are ones who are still putting their games together that will be added between April 20th, next Monday, and June 19th, when the early bird games kick off in the evening. Uh, be part of Crit. More important, if you have enjoyed Crit or you know you're going to join us this year, um, bring a friend. One of the things that people really appreciate is having somebody to help them into that hobby. So talk to somebody at work. Talk to somebody who's your neighbor. If you are enthusiastic about the good that the role playing hobby can bring to a person's life, share it with somebody, bring a friend, or even better, take advantage of what you can do at Crit where you can mob an entire table. You can basically get an experienced GM who could easily be charging for this service and who's absolutely enthusiastic about bringing this specific content to you for whatever it is that game that you have chosen that has spoken to you. You can line up a number of friends equal to the number of available seats and have a private game for absolutely free. More people should take advantage of this because it's such a rare opportunity. But if you feel like you're somebody who's nervous around strangers or randos, which is an unfortunate term that hear all the time, which to me is just friends I haven't gamed with yet. Uh, but if you want that support of people you know as you experience the role playing hobby for the first time, or if that's just your preference, even though you're a regular gamer, get your crew together and sign up. and be part of it and take advantage of what we are bringing to the public because we are glad and grateful to be able to do it. And we look forward to doing it this year and in years to come.
That said, gaming with absolute strangers is a really interesting experience. And for anyone who's worried about that, Crit 2020, I want to say 2023, might be 2024, but it was the first time I ever ran a game for people I didn't know already, and that went really well. So if you're worried about that, don't be.
We tend to attract a crowd who is as gracious and magnanimous as the GMs who are running the sessions. Really good people have come to play with us.
Yep, and yeah, I mean, I can say the same for all the players I've played with, all the players I've GM'd for, and the GMs I've had running games for me. So yeah, absolutely. Don't be
I'm
afraid.
glad to hear that as well. I appreciate that. Yeah,
Be not
we
afraid.
we take it very seriously. Anybody can view our code of conduct online at gameatcrit.com to tell you kind of our ethos. Be kind. If you can just do that, that's the only thing that you need to bring to the table, except your good self.
Okay, I think that wraps it up for this evening. So, Chris, do you have any closing thoughts before we go?
I just want to thank you again, Carl, for the opportunity and
It's
for
always a pleasure, man.
your tireless support of the event, including putting together games that I personally love getting into to run each year. And don't be surprised if, as the organizer, I take that privilege to jump in on one of your games this year because I do love it so. But mostly just reach out to people. If you have any questions, please join our Discord server. The ICRPG community server is the Discord and internet home at Crit. Talk to the people during the run up. Get a chance to know us if you're on the bubble or if you have questions. All of our GMs are more than willing to reach out to people and love to interface during that run up period when registration is open and make sure that everybody is prepared and excited to have a great game night. So take advantage of that. We look forward to seeing you at the gaming tables. And thanks to everybody in the chat as well. A lot of friends and hopefully a lot of people that we will get to meet this year for tuning in today.
That's fantastic. Chris, thank you again for bringing this to us and for organizing Crit because it's always such a great occasion.
Thank you so much.
Now, I might have a stream tomorrow. I'll just be crafting or painting something probably, but we'll be back with another stream with Permanent DM Sunday after, which will be the 26th. Okay, and with that,
I will also mention that before you let people go, that on the 29th on Wednesday during the day is Just Flocking with You episode where I will be joining you again, Carl, and our friends Lisa and Kim to give an additional update and present a little bit more of the content that we have as part of our rolling registration and catalog development at Crit. So for the
heck
folks
yeah,
who are really into this and they think it's going to be fun and they want to hear more, tune into Just Flocking with You on Wednesday the 29th, and I'll give you a little bit of an update.
fantastic. Okay, and with that, Chris, thank you again for being here. Everyone else, thanks for watching,
Thank you.
and I'm off to keep researching criminally insane Victorian painters. So have a great evening. Bye.